we'll never make so much money. That was the thought process, and also it was so difficult. Actually, even last year, it was so difficult for me to imagine 100 crore turnover. We're like 3 years into business, and 100 crores was like a big number when we were doing like 25 crores. And then when we did 100 crores, we know, okay, it's possible. And then as late as last year, for us the big ambitious number was 500 crores. So it always goes through that iterations. I mean, right? I mean, VCs tell you think big, but inherently some of us can't think such big numbers unless you really see. Because if you really want to be realistic, you can't say sitting here I will be 10,000 crore company someday, right? So I mean that's our journey. So every time you reach somewhere, you see the next 1 year and say, okay, this is what probably will end. So that's on VC and.
So for the benefit of the audience, I'll ask you a very sensitive question. What was your CTC when you left Texas Instruments?
Yeah, so it was 12 lakhs, and yeah, 3 years into the company, it was like Texas Instruments actually pays a lot of money.
That's correct.
Yeah. And another thing on the CTC. Was that all through the idea, I was like this anchor where the co-founders came in and etc. and all that, and the duty that I had was motivate, say that yes, we can do it, ABC, XYZ and etc. and all, and the two co-founders, all of us got together and created the whole thing, hosted it, and then 4 months into the business, we were probably selling like 10 seats a week. 10 seats into 40 rupees or 30 rupees or whatever it is, at max 50 rupees. It's like 500 rupees a week, and 4 weeks in a month, 2,000 rupees in a month. 4 months into it, and then I was thinking, what is it? What is happening? And the 1 lakh number in our mind, we're like thinking, what should we do even to recover each one of our salaries, right? Beyond the cost and etc. and all. Then I was thinking, it's okay. I mean, we gave it a try, and then looks like it's not working. The wise are the people not who kind of try out, but the wise are the people who try out and quickly realize that it's not working and then jump back. So I went back to the co-founders and told them, I don't know, it's not working, so maybe we should just wind up and get back to our jobs. And then one of the co-founders, Sudhakar, he said, you got us all resign the jobs and got us into it. We spent months together. Now the site is up. Some customers are buying, and now you're saying let's all keep this and then get back to our jobs. He said I mean that was a single moment which is like really one of the milestones in our journey. He said, even if the both of you go back, I'm going to be here and continue it. And then we said, okay, fine, if you're continuing, let all of us continue. And then that one moment, right, that for that one statement, the co-founder is worth having, right? It is those one moment here and there, one realization, one mentor's advice saying that you start Redbus and not Boss. Those are the things which actually change the whole thing. And today we probably exist because of that one moment. And the steep salary made us think like that, and then this is something else that has happened. And then after that, like I said, patience, because it took so many months and years for us to really get to that critical mass where it picked up. And I know amongst all our, we are a conservative company. We are conservative because we are really afraid of spending big numbers, because we never spend that big numbers. And the background is not that flamboyant and etc. saying that, okay, 1 crore wala dal do types. Right? So we raised money from a VC, and they're like portfolio. They would invest in typically 10 companies, right? And once in a year, they take us out of site and off-site meetings, and then where all of us sit together, share ideas and etc. and all that. Then we're all sitting in a row, and the first one would say, okay, I spent here, did this, these are the lessons learned, second, third. Then the fourth one is me. And the VC would say, ये तो बैंक में रख के interest कमा रहा है, will we'll pass on to the next one. Right? And then I used to be bypassed and the next one used to talk. So those were the things that we passed through, but I think that's the patience. But in retrospect, today the same VC says that actually this is probably the right way. I think there is no right way or wrong way. Probably it is your individual way. One thing that is always required is confidence. And you will get confidence only if you're doing what you think is the right way, right? And there are many businesses around, like Amazon was loss-making for so many years, burned so many billions of dollars and suddenly came out of it, right? Probably Jeff Bezos thought that is the right way and he got into it and did it. Our story, I'm sharing my story because some of you who are like me and think that probably have comfort in doing it this way, I'm saying there is a precedent, so you could probably confidently do it.
That's a very, very courageous story and also one of thrift. I think that is very key to running a business. Did you ever have to change the course of the company? When did that happen and how did you make those decisions?
Yeah, so the example that I gave, that is the biggest change in the course of our company. Like we thought we'll start with Boss.
For a year.
Yeah. So I think now, earlier we were all journalists and generalists. We would do everything. As the company is growing, we are seeking more and more specialists everywhere. And I think that is the single most change that is happening in the company right now. There are different phases. Initially, it was people who believed in the idea that was required. At the next stage, it is the people who are enthusiastic, creative, want to do, can do, kind of a people that were required. Then after that phase, we required skill set, people actually who done it and know how to do it, because it was little higher scale. And right now, I think we require people who are like can scale up, who have scaled it up. So until now, the kind of people who are there is like they can do and they have done it. Like CTO or the CFO of a company who's managed like 200, 300 crores, so he's managing this. But he's not seen that 300 grow to 3,000. So then the latest people that are joining the company, the latest one to join was like 2 weeks back. He's like 55, 50 plus year old, very energetic, entrepreneurial and etc. and all. He was a CEO of Airtel for the UP circle. He was the one who set up the UP circle. When Airtel got licensed in UP circle, he was the numero uno employee there. So he went there and recruited and set up the team and grown it from literally 0 to 2 million consumers, thousands of crores of business there. And then his latest, one of the latest jobs were, he was the president of Tata Communications Broadband Division. Senior person, accomplished, taken from 0 to thousands of crores, and that is the kind of person that is required, because from 300-400 crores, how do you go to the next level? So it changes, and probably we'll know at every point in time what kind of a person.
You started off on the web. As an engineer, you designed a piece of software that you envisioned being on the web and people would come there. Is it still a significant part of the business, or have there been other avenues that you have opened up for people to connect with you?
Yeah, actually we are a bus ticketing company, and we are not an online bus ticketing company. That's the way we look at it. The whole reason that we exist is because we wanted to get that transparency of information about the bus industry, and that is the thing that we want to accomplish. So it is format independent. People can call our call center and make a booking. They'll get all the information from all the buses. People can use a mobile phone. People can even walk into outlet. We opened our first outlet in Borivali in Mumbai. Basically, it's a lounge, air-conditioned waiting area where people can wait with a washroom and etc. and all that. It's also a ticket selling board. So we really, the way we look at the business is that these are formats for customers to come in. All of these are in the back end powered by technology, But for a consumer who is interfacing us on a phone, it's like any other travel agent. Yeah, and I believe that's a very strong strength that we have now because we believed in it right from day one. And as a result, 5 years later, what we have is we have 7 call centers across the country, and we get about 25% of our business from the call centers. And very interestingly, recently, when I was in a travel conference in China, I learned that there is a company called Ctrip in China, which is the largest travel company in China, and they have 8,000 people in call centers taking calls and selling tickets. It's the largest, it's the Make My Trip of China, and 8,000 people just taking calls because they believed that they will sell customers in whichever format they want to sell, the customers want. I mean, the history behind all the travel portals is that traditionally people were selling on brick and mortar and etc. and all, and then with the internet revolution, companies like Orbitz and Expedia believe that, okay, I can reach out to customers on internet and reduce my cost because I don't have to have offices and sales machinery, just auto-serve and etc. And that's how the evolution of online travel companies came in. And then suddenly, and then in China, Ctrip thought, and that's why everybody thinks when they think of internet travel company, they restrict themselves to online travel because that's the business model. That's the genesis of the whole model, where they say, I am online and hence my costs and benefits and etc. and all that, and I will incentivize people to move from offline to online. You would have probably seen the big ad saying, online, please come in online and book because it's the cheapest, because you want to change consumer behavior and etc. and all that. But here's an example in China which is done the other way around, and today in market cap they are the world's largest travel company. So I mean, what I would say is I think not having the precedence is probably not something, not a worrisome thing. You do what you feel, you be realistic and then do what you feel like, and then probably you will set a precedence.
So switching gears to maybe on the personal side, I mean, when you and your founder started off, I mean, did you say, well, I'm going to make millions of dollars and that's why I want to start this company, or was it something else?
It was never that. Like I said, we started because there was a pain point and we wanted to solve that. And thankfully, even today, it's never that. I mean, I'm saying thankfully because it gives you a lot of freedom and flexibility in doing many things. For example, we raised, there are many examples of how it helped us. Like we raised after Lehman Brothers collapsed, and that's when we were doing the second round of fundraise, and suddenly Lehman Brothers collapsed, and then nobody was investing. All the investors who said, boss, you're doing great, we want to invest, send us a note when you're raising the next round and etc. Nobody was investing after that. And then there was only one company which said, okay, fine, we'll look at it. That is Inventors, Kanwal Rekhi. Incidentally, he is known as the father of TiE. He's one of the people who set up TiE. I met up with him, and then he's also known for investing in downturns. Like when nobody is investing, he is known to be investing. So we met up with him, and he said, okay, we'll invest, but ABC, XYZ. Obviously, when a downturn, valuation is going to be lower, and that was a test for us. Like if you really, I mean, if you are like counting your wealth, then you would probably not take that valuation because you already had money in your bank, and you know that it's a cycle. So if